If you enjoy these programs, please like and subscribe. Why don't the Protestants accept the Catholic miracles? And the Protestants are claiming doing miracles and signs and wonders. And the Catholic Church goes, blah. Why? Why don't you accept it? Because why does the Virgin Mary only appear to people in the Philippines and in Argentina and in Brazil? How come not in Borough Park? How come she never goes to Saudi Arabia? She can't get in, she can't get a visa. They won't let her into Flatbush. How come the Virgin Mary is having pancakes in Manila every Sunday morning with all these ladies? And it's almost always ladies who go. How come she doesn't go to Kuwait? They won't let her in Kuwait. How come it's geographically? Why do people see visions of Muhammad in Islam? Why do they see it in Flatbush, in the 5 towns?
Such as stigmata and the Shroud of Turin, for instance.
Of stigmata, you mean St. Francis of Assisi as an example?
Things like that.
What is the question to which I'm responding?
What do you respond to people who claim that they have evidence of these things?
Okay, so stigmata is a claim that's widespread in the Roman Catholic Church, that there are certain people who spontaneously had blood coming out of their hands as though they too were crucified, right? So how do we respond to this claim? Well, like how do these Roman Catholics respond to the claim of Hindus who claim that the god Hanuman came to me and appeared to me? The answer is that the Roman Catholic Church says we have what's called a special pleading. It's a fallacy. We only accept the miracles in our iteration of Christianity, and the miracles that happen to Protestants where they're talking in tongues in Assemblies of God churches, those we don't accept. And how do the Protestants and the Protestant Catholics don't like each other so much? They don't get along too well. They kill each other. The bloodiest religious war in human history was fought between Christians. From 1618 to 1648, the entire Holy Roman Empire was eviscerated, launched the Enlightenment and launched everything. It was a nightmare. So the answer is they all engage. One second, Tatala. They all engage in special pleading. Each one says, we only accept the miracles done in our religion and not in another religion. Now, let me be very clear. When we are looking for what is truth, we don't pray for truth. We don't ask how many gods are there. We don't look for miracles because we know in Pashas Re'eh, in Deuteronomy chapter 13, that the Torah says fully that there could be a prophet or a dreamer of dreams who will come to you and will show you signs and wonders. And the signs and wonders which he said comes to pass. And then he says, follow other gods that your fathers did not know. Do not listen to that prophet or dreamer of dreams, for I didn't send him, saith the Lord. So really, now the Torah, therefore, is not as sardonic as I am. I don't buy it. I think all shek of chozef. And when Tovia Singer says, I don't believe it, I'm not saying it because it's convenient for me. I am saying it because I've been watching this for all my adult life, and I see the chicanery. I see the sleight of hand. I see the exaggerations. I see the fake visions that are claimed. I see it all. But I'm very, very sardonic about this. But the Torah is not. The Torah says, the Torah doesn't take that line at all. The Torah says, I just allowed this to happen. Why? I'm only testing you to see if you love me. Period. And yet the thing about in the world, what would the world be like if only Judaism could produce miracles? All you had is the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh performing miracles, and the Goyim, the idol worshippers, weren't performing miracles. We would have no free will. So Hashem allows the magicians of Pharaoh to do what Aaron did. Why? So there's no injury. The worst thing that people, I wish an angel would appear to me in my room and tell me, that would be a nightmare. You would lose your free will. If the Goyim, if the nations of the world are doing real miracles, genuinely, so then So then we're doing miracles too. But the moment that it comes down, and really all comes down at the time of the Anshe Knesset Gedolah, of the Great Assembly, once they pray to God and ask that the lust for idolatry be removed or brought down, so everything has to go down. Everything is dialed down. Because it always has to be uvacharta v'chayim, choose life. Before you place life and death. So if the idol worshippers are doing miracles, then fine, the Jews can do miracles. If they're not, then nobody is. And you can see it with these Christians. They're speaking in tongues, the Pentecostal charismatic. You heard of this? They say they're talking in tongues. They're speaking in languages. Glossolalia. They're talking stupidity. They're saying nothing. Blah, 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 blah. They're saying nothing, but they're claiming they're speaking in a language, but they're not. And then you ask them, how come you're not? We're speaking in an angelic language, an extinct language. So the truth is, all religions produce people who claim miracles. Let's be mature. And what the church is engaging in is the fallacy. If X is true, then Y must be true. If a religion claims a miracle, then the equation goes, which doesn't follow. Therefore, that religion must be true. Every religion claims miracles. That cannot be the barometer for truth, because these religions are making mutually exclusive truth claims. Do you understand that? So I don't believe it. The Torah does. I don't. The Torah does. I'm just saying the Torah doesn't even take this line. The Torah says, sure, they're doing it. Don't listen to them. Why don't the Protestants accept the Catholic miracles? And the Protestants are claiming doing miracles and signs and wonders. And the Catholic Church goes, blah. Why? Why don't you accept it? Because why does the Virgin Mary only appear to people in the Philippines and in Argentina and in Brazil? How come not in Borough Park? How come she never goes to Saudi Arabia? She can't get in, she can't get a visa. They won't let her into Flatbush. How come the Virgin Mary is having pancakes in Manila every Sunday morning with all these ladies? And it's almost always ladies who go. How come she doesn't go to Kuwait? They won't let her in Kuwait. How come it's geographically? Why do people see visions of Muhammad in Islam? Why do they see it in Flatbush, in the 5 towns? The answer is 15% of healthy people hallucinate, and they hallucinate about loved ones and religious figures. That's what's going on. It's not I think, because I'm biased, I see what happens. I remember 40 years ago, these missionaries, and they had a little story about what happened to them, their testimonial. And today, 40 years later, I listened to this story, and the story is Vaxta Langa Bort, has the whole story became, it's all sheker v'chosav, it's all fake. But the Torah, again, says, no, go for it. The Torah sets up a steel man. Really, steel man's the whole thing. Yeah, it's true. Don't follow it. Okay? All right. If you enjoy these programs, please like and subscribe.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא